Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019. I sound different to myself today because my headphones, my new earpads arrived and they are different. They are different from what I had before. And they seem to be blocking more outside sound, so my own voice sounds a little bit different. Anyway, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to give a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat, and visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Today's question of the day is, which is more important to you? Commentary audio quality or overall video quality? And why? Why is that more important to you? As the kitty gets up and shakes and does all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so for me, I would say that the audio quality of a person's voice would be more important. Yeah? Meow? You gonna leave me? Anyway, I would say that the audio quality of the voice is more important. Out of experience, partially, I literally cannot watch the early videos that I had made for YouTube. I can't actually bring myself to watch them. I can load up the video, I can listen to a few seconds of it, but I immediately close it again because it's like, oh god. So, yes, for me, when I load up this type of content of long form let's play type stuff, I do have the expectation that the audio quality is bearable at minimum. So, because if you're going to be listening to someone's voice for an extended period of time, it had better be good quality, at the very least. So that's my opinion. As for video quality, it's also important, but consider that there are people out there who just bring up a stream and have it on another window while they're playing the game or another game and are just listening. There's an audience of people who just listen, so I think that the audio quality is more important. But tell me, what do you think? Which is more important, the audio quality or the video quality? Specifically in the audio in terms of a person's voice when talking. And this, of course, relates directly to my baseline guide to content creation. So let me know. Let me know so that I can let everyone know an audience's thoughts on the matter. As for today's notes prior to getting into the game, the stream has been posted by Pyanodon, as well as the YouTube channel, in a new thread pinned at the very top of the Pyanodon section of the Factorio forums. It's myself as well as all the other current content creators making Pyanodon's content, and he specifically said that I'm like the only one post Blue Science right now. Or something like that, someone who didn't quit after hitting that point. Although apparently there's like Russians who've nearly completed the game and then just like stopped for some reason. But we shall see. We shall see if I do end up completing the game. And I will also briefly mention something a little bit on the more serious side, in that Pi Alien Life has apparently been... the development has apparently been paused for a little while. because of an incident that has occurred that really is it's weird because it seems that there was confusion on both sides of this. Um, the other day, on Sunday afternoon, for me anyway, there was a post in Pi Alien Life that there was apparently someone was reporting that there was this missing recipe that they couldn't figure out how to progress because there was this apparent missing recipe. But Alien Life isn't released yet. So this got Pyanodon angry. How did this person get Pi Alien Life? Well, Pi Alien Life had been on a public GitHub repository. That's how I've been reporting that there have been these updates to Pi Alien Life over the past several weeks. I've been in these streams talking about, hey, these things have been added to Pi Alien Life, because I've been looking at the GitHub repository, the public GitHub repository, and looking at the commit differences every time there is a commit made. Well, I guess Pyanodon didn't realize that being a public repository means that anyone at any time could actually also download the entire repository of any commit they want. So yeah, that was the thing. This person had downloaded all of the repos for every PyMod, which there's another issue there in that Pi Alien Life is actually two separate and independent mods that shouldn't. I don't think they are made to run together in the first place. One is for if you want biters enabled, in which case the alien life will appear as like nests around the place. That's one aspect of it. And then there's the version where you don't have to play with biters and have access to getting the creatures in alternative means. So that was like one of my first thoughts is I don't think you were supposed to run both of those at the same time anyway. But the bigger issue here is that they shouldn't have been downloading for their personal play and expecting a working playthrough by downloading the mod repos off of GitHub, because they're not the release versions of the mods. The release versions of mods for Factorio, full stop, in general, not just Pyanodons, is through the official mod portal in Factorio and in the game, through the official in-game mod client and through the mod portal. That is where you are meant to release ready mods, not through GitHub. If you have your mod on GitHub, it's so that people can see your code, download your code, modify your code if they so desire, pick out pieces to do some functionality that they may need for their own mod. That's what it's meant for, right? Is an open community of developers being able to have access to code so you don't have to make everything from scratch all the time. Apparently, Pyanodon didn't realize that anyone could download the stuff, so this person should not have expected working mod to begin with by downloading off of GitHub this mod. That's just ignorance, plain and simple. They should have known better. And B, if Pyanodon truly didn't want people to download Pi Alien Life before it was ready, it should have been on a private repo. It should not have been on a public repo. It should have been in a private repo. Granted, yes, there are limitations in private repos on free versions of the various different websites, Git websites, for collaboration. GitHub being one of the more stringent ones on the free private repos. They only allow 3 contributors to a private repo for free. Bitbucket does 5, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm uncertain about GitLab. I'm uncertain about GitLab, what their limit is. I think it's unlimited, but I could be wrong. But the alternatives to GitHub have better private repo options. Just for reference, Pyanodon. And I hope that, like, take whatever time you need, get your minds back in order. I'm sure that, yes, this realization that this has been available the entire time, cough cough, and anyone could have downloaded it and made videos on it at any time, cough cough cough. I wouldn't do that, by the way. What I've done with reporting in the commit changes, that's as far as I was ever going to go with it, but there was always an option there to load up in the game and show off the assets that you've been posting onto Alien Life, just for reference, for future. Like, this is why, if you don't want people to be able to do that, do private repos to begin with. So yeah, anyway, take the time that you need. We've got plenty, because I know that when Alien Life does release, I will need to make a new map anyway for that, so let's have time. Let's take as much time as you need while I continue in this current playthrough of it. So, through that, going over the importance of making private repos for incomplete projects that you don't want others to download and access. There have been updates in the other mods that are released that will be coming, that have commits on them that show these changes. So first off, basic oxygen furnaces will be able to be picked up a little faster. I think he halved the mining time on those, so congratulations, you can now pick up, you will be able to pick up basic oxygen furnaces a little bit faster. And then there were some adjustments in the fuel values, shall we say, of conversion of items into matter for the singularity reactor. Soil is now, has been 1. Guar seeds is now 2 matter. Clay is 2 matter. Wood is 5, limestone's 5, lime is 5, sand is 5, pure sand is 5, and coal dust is 5. Those are the only items right now that are not 40 matter each. So soil, guar seeds, clay, wood, limestone, lime, sand, pure sand, and coal dust are the only items that are not set to 40, and they are 5 or fewer across the board. Also, one last thing before we really get into things today. Today, as of this stream happening today, if you're watching the VOD, this would have happened the previous day from this video going up. I have completed the recording and uploading of my iron line, my iron processing tutorial. It's more of an overview. I do say in the title that it's an overview of the whole thing. And it's an hour and 20 minutes long for the video, going over iron. It's the first video of the tutorials, and I'll be referencing back to it in future because there will be stuff that is repeated in other lines that I will just say, hey, I'm not going to talk about this in detail. If you want me to talk about this in detail, refer to the iron tutorial, and that's how I'll leave it. I also have a companion post on my website going up at the same time. This is, by the way, going up at 5 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Today, September 3rd, 2019. So be sure to check out both the video and the companion blog post with it. The blog post is 2,000 words, a little over 2,000 words long, and has tables, and it's glorious. Now, I know there's going to be some sense of irony because I do say at the start of the video, and I will continue to say as a disclaimer, that I'm not focusing on numbers, and then I proceed to focus on numbers a lot, but know that I'm not. But what I mean when I say focus on numbers is like go individual step by step by step by step and show what the actual numbers are when converting a yellow belt into the various bits and pieces. That's what I mean. It's like going down the whole chain and doing each individual step what the numbers are. I'm not doing that. I do, however, occasionally look at what the outputs are of the things that can be turned into plates directly. So, like with the first thing, which is ore to plate directly, that's a 1.875 for iron and copper in a stone furnace. 1.875 plates out for 15 per second of yellow belt in. That's what it is right now. And then you can get 50% more by adding hot air when doing it in an advanced foundry. That's the detail that I'm going into in this series. So that's this evening at 5 p.m. Look forward to it. And also, screw high-grade titanium. Like, screw high-grade titanium. I'm going to cover it. I am building it on my map right now. Like, well, last night I was working on building it. Screw that thing into oblivion. That is, of all the ones that I've done thus far, this is the most complex chain in terms of outside inputs. Screw that thing with a vengeance. It's going to take a long time to do that tutorial, is what I will say. And let's bring up the game. Ooh, there's been an update. Let's actually play the game now. Play a game. Play game. Let us load game. There has been update to game. Please don't have broken everything. With update to game 1767. Oh, new chem plant graphics! New heat pipe graphics! That's what I'm seeing. New chem plant and heat pipe. Glow. Yay. Some fixes. Ooh, camera will now zoom to center instead of zooming to cursor in some situations. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, we'll now zoom to center. Added an area tool to the map editor tile editor. Highlighting of source entities when selecting areas to clone in the map editor. Setting in map editor. So it can spawn hidden items. Okay. Yeah, new graphics, thingies, fixes. I'm okay with fixes. Modding. Change default value of thing. Wall types connect visually by default. Random variation on create. Pump. Not expand. Ooh. Interesting. And scripting and... Wait, what? Rearrange key bindings to different categories. Improved and added more descriptions of key bindings. Hey, how about you give us key bindings to be able to bind the 3rd and 4th tool belt rows? That would be great. You can only currently bind the first 2 rows of your toolbar, which is the default number that is shown to you, but you do have the option of adding 2 more in the settings, and I would like to have the option of setting keybinds to those. Oh right, I totally didn't actually sync my mods yet. The only difference is Infinity mod, so we have to reload the game for that. So yesterday was Labor Day in the US for me, as of the day of this recording. Clearly, I spent my day working, recording an hour and 20-minute tutorial video and getting the write-up done with it. That took a while. Understatement of the century. That took a while. Also started work on copper. I wanted to do my, earning money thing in the afternoon. Transcription work, but it was not to be, because it sort of depends on every business being open and sending in jobs for transcription, and on Labor Day, yeah, that doesn't happen so much. That doesn't happen so much. Okay, we left off last time having, done this. I believe I needed to take care of some power on my Faugi blocks that I had set up, that I had copied and pasted, and all of that jazz. We've got a few mushroom farms. I don't know if you noticed last time, but we sort of added a few mushroom farms to the map. Just a few. A little bit. A little bit of farming being done. Alright, that will leave, 2 spots on the other side. Of course. Why do I not just... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to copy with all of the proper stuff. And then I'm going to go up and paste in place. And what that will do is it will request all of the, it'll put ghosts down for all of the added doohickeys. Yes, I called them doohickeys. All of the meeting power poles. This is my empty line. Right, so I have all of these that I can use. Good. Good to know. I have all of these. And I'm just going to walk around and let my nanobots place a lot of this. Have my glorious bots do my work for me. Get all of the mushrooms going. By the way, oh, we're not a gigawatt anymore. Let's get up to a consistent gigawatt. That sounds like a plan. Consistent gigawatt base would be great. We shall see how long it takes the construction bots to come up and do the work for me. Hey, you're bringing me things. Thank you for things. Thank you for presents. Excellent, excellent, excellent. There we go. Last one. Where are all my Constructo bots? Hanging out, doing very little, apparently. I still have yet to, like, make more personal stuff. More, solar panels. I think I'll do that. I'll do that right now. While it's on my mind, I should do that right now. So, ultimately, what we did last time, I added all of these mushrooms. I assembled this wonderful thing that is able to make a lot of coke. A lot of coke. 4 yellow belts of coke-ish. Here it's lots and lots of substrate. Thalgy substrate. And here is lots and lots of glorious saline water. However, it needs some logistics done on it. I also did the logistics of my 180 Zipir artificial reefs. You know, just casually placing 180 artificial reefs, no problem. And I also want to like point out the like the overall footprint on everything that's needed to feed one block of collagen. We've got this block, we've got this block, we've got these 2 blocks, as well as there's going to be at least one more 2x2 of just assembling machines to do the actual Zipir rendering. We've got several mushrooms to feed in the coke that'll be used for all the saline water. Or all the coal, shall we say, to feed in all the saline water. And then lots of coke to feed the substrate, the Thalgy substrate. It's big. It's big. And in order to add another one of these, I would need all of it. All of it would need to be copied and pasted. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2x2s. Probably by the end of this 7 or 8 2x2s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish 1x1s or more. So that's a thing. A wonderful and glorious thing. Hey, we're gigawatt. Glorious, glorious gigawatt. Also, I did manage to get a follower when I was not streaming, so there's your notification. Alien Wombat. Thank you for being follower 48 out of 50 that I need for affiliate status. Still need the watch time, though. Not the watch time, but the average viewers, though. Which, right now, there is a grand total of me counting as a viewer, I believe. We shall see if that picks up later. Alright, so I'm down here to grab some solar panels, steel, and something else I forget. So, solar panels. Where are my solar panels again? They're somewhere in here, in this mess. There. Probably gonna need a little bit more steel. Hey, it's steel. And then circuit 2s. Huh, good luck. Good luck on the circuit 2s. What? Oh my god, okay. I was not expecting. I was not expecting being backed up like that on circuit 2s. What are you? Cap 2s? What's wrong with cap 2s? Oh. Hi. You are copper limited. Why would I be that limited on my copper? Am I just out of ore? Slowly, but shouldn't be that limiting. Hello? What's your problem? What? Oxygen? Not enough oxygen. Insufficient oxygen, really? Well, that's an easy solution. I mean, that is quite simple to solve. Where's you? Bring me some electrolyzers, thanks. Actually, I have a better idea. I have a better idea on that front. Anyway, let's not get too sidetracked here. I wanted some portable solar panels. Let's do all 4 in that slot. There we go. That better be enough to, like, truly start charging over the day all of these batteries. If it doesn't, that means I'll have to replace batteries with groups of solar panels. But I mean, I'm just trying to charge a belt of mini equipment and a kilowatt for glasses. So 101 kilowatts. That's all I need. Is 101 to last to the night. I now have 300 and 100 megajoule capacity. It's like, okay. It was insufficient before, it should be sufficient now. What am I doing with this oxygen? It's being used in the thingies, so I don't want to do anything with that oxygen. What I want to do is stuff with this oxygen out yonder. Yes, this oxygen out yonder. Also, while I'm out here, I can fix something that needed to be fixed a long time ago. Maybe if I do. So these were backwards. And one thing I had wanted to do was take the steam here. I'm also going to do that. You are going to exist there. And that's going to vent the excess steam. Now, I will probably need another one on the other side. Oh, the belt. Please output left only. Did I not just say output left? Oh. I think I've needed a red splitter here the entire time, just for reference. I think I've needed this splitter here the entire time. Or something to that effect. Oh, that's unfortunate. So why is this important? Why do this? Why like waste this steam? Well, as it turns out, A, it's only like 72 megawatts. B, I want to keep the coke moving. Like, I'd rather be backed up on the coke than be backed up on the coal dust. So that is rather important to me. Also, I'm thinking I want the tailings pond actually moved over a little bit and put behind overflow valves. Just so that I know that even if I'm operating at peak power draw, I won't have to worry about losing steam to the tailings pond. So that, as they say, is that. I shouldn't be expecting a full output on the coal dust because I should be backed up on coke for now. Remember, this whole thing is capable of 1.2 gigawatts. And I already had like 800, so we've got a full gigawatt to work with in power output at this point in time. As for you, same thing applies. You will be put behind a overflow valve, and I'm going to take my oxygen out to the main line of oxygen, because this is a lot of oxygen being produced right now. It is an absolute metric ton of oxygen being produced from that line. More than I will probably ever... Well, I won't say that. It's more than I will need for the moment to keep that non-renewable copper going. Do remember, though, that I have... Are you kidding? Okay. Fine. Be that way. Ah, right. So there's other things. There's lots to talk about that I have discovered, shall we say, slash realized, slash come across while doing my tutorial series. And, it's rather important. Where is oxygen? Please tell me I have oxygen brought up. I do. Oxygen! Wonderful, beautiful, glorious oxygen! I wonder. Yeah, that works. I think that actually works. That's beautiful. I like that. A use of a pump that's actually meaningful. Like, actually using a pump for what it's intended for. Like, you can't get any better than that. Actually using it for its intended purpose. Now, you guys should all be operating save for this, which has a little bit of contamination. Which is just fine, doesn't really matter all that much. All of this should be going now, that's pulling in the G4 copper. By the way, G4 copper is, I think, actually used in an ingredient in, yeah, dimethyl dichlorosilane. Dimethyl dichlorosilane. So 2 methyls, methanes, 2 chlorines, and a silicon in the form of silane. So it's a silane, a 2 chlorine, and a 2 methane compound. From 100 chloromethane, silicon, and G4 copper. Where the hell does the copper go? I don't actually mean that as a question. That's rhetorical. It's used as a catalyst. Technically speaking, there needs to be like a copper waste thing out of this as well. The copper has to go somewhere normally, so it would, like, it would have to go somewhere, and this thing doesn't have copper in its name, so it's not a copper product. But anyway, this stuff is used in PDMS. A siloxane, graphene base, graphene sheet, boric acid, graphene roll, biofilm, graphene roll, Mark 3s, Mark 4s, Processors! Oh god, that means I need to make this for circuit 3s. Hello. That means I need that for circuit 3s. It's a good thing, though, that this is not all of my copper. Speaking of all of my copper, what I'm going to do is I am going to throw down requester chests. Because, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have all the copper on the planet. Like, really, I have all of the copper on the planet. Like, we don't need anything. No worries about copper, we've got it. We've... Where even am I doing it? Here. We've got copper. Infinitely. Infinite copper. Although it looks like I need more lubricant for now. Hey, get on it, buddies. We need more. You are lacking aromatics. Didn't I make enough? What are you... Wait. Oh, I see. They are being bottlenecked because I'm not requesting enough Falgi to send enough due to flight times of the robots. Robot flight time. That's what that is just a product of robot flight time. If you've ever wondered what the effect is on robot flight time, it's just that if you're just using the default requests on your stuff, you can end up running out of your buffer that you've requested while the robots are flying around. So we need to take care of that. Where even is that over here? I should like mark on the map what grid is what. So this is formaldehyde. Methane. Methane. CO2. Guargum. Excuse me. Guargum. Guar seeds. Oh, hello. Missing a recipe there. Guar. Copper boring. Lube. Aromatics. Clay. Soil. Sand. Drilling fluid 1. All of this is lead. Lead processing. All 3. Pure sand. Acetylene. Copper processing. All of these. Coal. Let's see, this is coal gas. All of... Alright, so we've got... This one is... flowers. Shrooms. 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 Oh, you are also lube? Alright. More lube. More aromatics. Flowers. Shrooms. Shrooms. Circuit 1. Circuit 1. Circuit 1. Why am I doing this out of that? I don't know. Shouldn't be doing it out of that. More shrooms. More shrooms. More shrooms. 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 I have a few shrooms, guys. I have a few mushrooms. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, I have a little bit, just a few blocks of mushrooms. You are ostensibly coke. You are shroom substrate. You are tar. 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 Saline. And this is pressured water. Zipir. Zipir. Acetic acid. Collagen. Methanol. Think we're good. All of this is all copper. Oh. Lead boring. Think that just about covers it. Oh yes, this is ethylene glycol. Way up there. All right, that. Oh right. Lard. Tholins. Tholin. Chlorine. This is saline. This is lots of random crap. This is coal gas and heavy oil. I think I've come up with an alternative method of getting heavy oil that I would prefer. That I've done all that, I was going to go over and do this. So today I wanted to do some stone wool planning and get my logistics on the tar and saline set up. Maybe also set up the... Wow. 3 of them were not doing work for me, eating my power without working for me. Just continuing to work on the logistics to get the Zipir rolling so we can get our collagen. However, while I was doing my prep work for my overviews / tutorials, I've come up with a few interesting blueprints that need some work still. That's what I have currently. Where's my additional stuff? So, these two. You are free sulfuric acid. So this little thing is one machine making sulfuric acid at the end. I don't really have a free block nearby for me to place this, but I don't think I really want to place it, actually. But yeah, so something like this, which is electrolyzers feeding into coal bed gas, feeding into the gas refinery to make acid gas, can give you some wonderful sulfuric acid. So this is a little sulfuric acid block that I've come up with. Only has the one output though, but it's just power. It's free! It's free. It's my... By the way, if you've ever wondered what my favorite number is and you haven't seen videos from 2+ years ago on my YouTube channel, my favorite number on the planet is free. My favorite number is free. Just for reference, free is my favorite number. This thing has far more significance. This is a significant blueprint. Why is this a significant blueprint? Because it's free kerosene. This blueprint is my free kerosene blueprint. Now, I'm going to place this just for demonstration purposes. I don't intend this to live here. I might not even do this, and I'll probably tweak this over time into other things, but it helps to prove a point. In that it is incredibly simple. Also, don't do anything with those infinity chests. Why? Oh, I guess technically infinity chests exist in vanilla. That's why they can be copied like that. They're just not available. So this is 54 mushroom farms feeding into even just Mark 1 high pressure furnaces. No modules or anything like that. Feeding into tar. I'm venting coal gas, getting rid of byproducts, of course. You have to worry about that here. You have the iron oxides and the coke to also do something with. And then here you have the 2 ores that you have to do something with. So just minus a burner line on this setup, and then also bringing in more mushrooms and Relesia. So more mushrooms and Relesia to feed the aromatics for this, but you can totally get crude oil from tailings and aromatics. It also gives you It also gives you olefins. I don't know if olefins can be vented or pitfalled. So either one is fine, doesn't really matter. But with the ability to get infinite amounts of crudes, think of this as a base for infinite crude. You can convert that crude into whatever you want. In this case, it's being converted into heavy oil, which is being converted into kerosene. Why would I be interested in kerosene, you might ask? Well, earlier today I said quite openly, screw the titanium high-grade processing chain. This is one of those reasons. Like, this is one of the reasons why I say screw high-grade titanium. I've been building it out for my tutorial overview of titanium as well as every other ore type. But, yeah. It needs kerosene as part of it, clearly. It needs actually a lot of kerosene, actually. So that is a thing to be concerned with. I decided that titanium has so many outside inputs that I would, this time around, just to screw around, build out the actual infrastructure for those outside inputs for high-grade titanium. Not sure if I want to include it in the actual overview itself. It was just mainly for me because I'm going to have to do it at some point in this playthrough. Okay, logistics. Pipe logistics. Speaking of pipe logistics, where are my pipes? On the way, apparently. This is 12. That is less than a full throughput, so we are fine on that front. Perfectly fine on that front. Okay. Grab all of these. Also need the water input for reference. Hey, it's pipes. Thank you for pipes. Also for reference, if I ever were to need more coal gas for any reason, or if I were to ever need more syngas for any reason, I have it. Each of these is over 300 coal gas per second, so we're good. We are beyond good. Very beyond good, even. Alright, you need water. How much water? 2 full throughputs of water. Tell you what. Where's my stone wells, please? Liz? Stone wells? Oh, I really want circuit board 3s. Oh, how I really want circuit board 3s for power armor. I could really use some power armor and some exoskeletons right about now. I could make the personal roboports, but I don't really want the personal roboports. Just gonna throw that out there. Also, full power! Yay! It made all the difference. Literally all of the difference was made. I was looking for if I had the stuff for the water wells, and I don't. Sad. So very sad. give me like 10 of these, actually, so I don't have to worry about it for a little while. You. Aw, I can't, like... I can't, like, go there. That's sad. So, in case you didn't know, and I didn't know this for a long time initially, I've known about it for a while at this point, but if you middle mouse button a slot in your inventory, you can assign literally any item to that slot, and only that item will appear there. So if I wanted to, say, assign my inserters to specific spots, I could do that. Right down here, and my inserters will only exist here, up to 1 stack of them. And I could do the same thing with, say, power poles. Medium, small, big, substations. You can even reserve the spots for what you don't have. However, if it's reserved, then that's like 1 less inventory space that you have for other things, which can become problematic. What else would I want to have pinned? I don't know. What do I use often? All the buildings! All the buildings I use often, so I could go around pinning all the buildings, but I just don't have the inventory space for that. Cough, cough. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I just, I don't have the stuff for that. Alright, I'm going to encroach a little here. This is our empty line anyway. I'm just going to encroach a little. Don't mind me while I encroach. This is like a flex line anyway. It can be used for whatever. There's water in. Also, outputs need to be burned. Need burning. "12 of these. It is not 5.57 out. It is 40% of that. So 5.57 times 0.4 is 2.28 per second. I think even just 1 of these would be enough for that, so I could bring these in. Or, you know, just copy-paste. Right there, sure. Usually this is fuel, so I have to go out here, actually. 1 line up. Request Coke. Ta-da! Now, due to burn 2.228 per second? We'll find out. Wait. Gosh, Dang it. This is wrong. Yeah, because this is fuel. It was the opposite of what I was thinking. The fuel was supposed to be back here. Alright, there's that. And then I realize that I need all of the gas vents on the planet yet again. Also, if you hold something, you can mark it. And I am going to need at least, I think, 2 speed modules. What's 60 by 1.2 is 72, so I only need the 1 speed module. Now we'll go ahead and copy and paste these everywhere. Why? Because I can. That's why. Also, tailings. 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 Need to deal with the tailings. We've got 12, right? Oh god, that's a lot of tailings. I think I have next lit, folks. I think I know, actually, what I want to do. I wanted to keep this whole line empty, though. God, that hurts. God, that hurts. I wanted to keep all this empty. That would mean building something up here. Do I want to do this? Do I want to... No, I'm going to use this space. Void the stupid tailings. How much does 4 do? 928. Oh god. That is also going to be a lot of sinkholes. Yeah, bring me, like, all of my sinkholes, please. So a sinkhole is 60 units per second. Doing 928, that would be 16 without speed modules. So, yeah, that. Times 4. That times 4. In the alternative, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 20 is 120. So 60 by 2.2 is 132. 928 over 132 is 7.03, so 8. So we can half it. Yay. I will probably want to shove these behind some beautiful, glorious overflow valves at some point, or just cut it off if I decide, hey, I'm going to use these tailings for Crude oil? Yeah, crude oil? That sounds like a plan to me. Crude oil. Crude oil. Oh my. I just dirtied my hands. Uh-oh. Whoa. Just checking things off to the side here. So... Oh, hey. Yeah, that's a thing. Could you, Oh, I don't have any more. Ooh, oh, God, that's a lot. That's a lot of speed modules that I now need. So... The perpetual issue of less space, more power, or more space, less power. Do I do more space? Because with all of these speed modules, remember, you're only halving the amount necessary. Because it's 16 normally. 8 with all speed modules. So I think, in actuality, I am copying and pasting. And we will do this without modules. Heck, auto-saving! We are auto-saving. There we go. Alright, just need the sinkholes to be placed, as well as power to happen. I would actually like this to be like so, I guess. Alright, that will work. That will be functional. To get rid of tailings, that's the tailings done, that's the flue gas done, water in, tar in. I think we're ready for some beautiful, glorious power. Beautiful and glorious power. Excellent. Of course, it will immediately back up on the saline. Oh gosh, things move. Things are moving. Yay, they are moving. So, how about them lar salines? I did mention I needed 2 lines of saline out. 2 individual lines of saline out, so there's one. Ew, this is sad. Okay, this is going to look strange, but... Spacing. Spacing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. On the spacing. Crap. Yeah, how am I gonna do this? Good questions. Are good. Oh boy, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not without some changes. Not without some changes. That's significantly better. Okay. And then we can go down from here. Glorious. For the keen exception that I need to route you this way. Okay, where am I going to hook up all of my saline? Options include left or right. Let's do the left on this side and the right on the other. Why? Why? Why is the eternal question? Because it will probably be a little bit easier by doing this way. Relieves some tension. Why? Die. Die. In the way, die. Fine. I get it. You want me to do this way instead. I know for a fact. And put the thing back. There. Happy? I did it without having to screw with the roboports now. So you should have saline. One of many things. One of many things. Now to do it on the other side, mirrored. Oh, also break this. What is this chest again? Ah, Relesia. Right, I was gonna do a Relesia block somewhere up here. Somewhere up here. Anyway, let's get the rest of this saline sorted. Yeah, give me stuff. Give me pipes. Make sure that everything in here has its saline. Once I have power, everything will have the substrate. That will just leave stone wool as the requirement. Now I will, of course, do things the opposite way here. Ooh. Or not. Okay, I will run into issues if I do it on the left side there. Will I run into issues if I do it on the right side here? No. Alright, we'll do this on the right side here, just so that I don't have to muck about with any of the machine placements, ideally. I'm probably gonna have to muck about with some of the machine placements, actually, because of the need for one more line of pipe out. Actually, technically two, I think. Alright, bring that salt water in. There's all the salt water for all 180 of these. So we have to worry about the pressured water out, we have not pressured water out, waste water out, which is technically two lines that needs to be brought out. Oh, good, that also, by doing it this way, I've also managed to separate these into independent networks, which is great. That's fantastic. I'm happy. I am happy I have done that. Independent saline networks. I now need to make them independent wastewater networks. And then do something with the wastewater itself. Speaking of doing something with the wastewater itself, what the hell am I going to do with the wastewater itself? These are good questions. These are good questions. Wastewater is very likely just going to be vented, voided in sinkholes. I don't need any of the urea or the logs or the tailings. Why? Why would you do this? Why would you use filtration media to make methanol? I mean, that is an option. That is like the best option for wastewater if your wastewater was constantly moving. Like, if I was doing this for wastewater, which I'm not, that would be the thing to do. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to actually leave all of these connected. I'm just looking up to see where I have so much for being empty in here. So much for being empty in here. If I decide that this is not going to be empty, then I guess none of it should be empty. In which case, then I could do my waste processing up here. Could do it over here, theoretically. Or over in here. But I sort of want to keep that to being lard, so I think I like the idea of... Don't need that taking up the inventory. I think I like the idea of setting up a new 1x1 right there. Brand new 1x1 right here for my wastewater treatment. And I did mention that I had to have 2 lines of wastewater in total. But they don't need to be equal. In no way do they need to be equal. Which is great. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I'm still connected all the way down. So this is how many? 18. So a 10th, that's 144. That's not enough. Not enough. Okay, so I need to do 1 more. Can I do this here? I can. Okay, that will do it. That will do it. 288 will mean that I will have enough throughput in the pipes to do what needs to be done. Now let me grab more sinkholes. I need more sinkholes. More sinkholes. Where are they? Here. More. Looks like we're gonna have to build more manually. Stone brick. Because I'm going to need to be able to void 1,440 units of wastewater in this block. Which is a lot of wastewater. Hello, my mushrooms. Wait, you are... You are backed up on lube. Yet, you are limited by lube. Oh! That explains everything. You need to exist here, not here. Yeah, that would be one of those oops moments. Such an oops moment that I will go fix this immediately. Because it's right close by. Yeah. Yeah, so all of the production from below isn't actually able to come up here to feed these. So all of the production below, yeah, wasn't coming up here to provide any amounts of lubricant into these. So now, we should have plenty of lubricant. Plenty to feed these. I have all of the glorious copper on the planet being produced now. Okay, coming on down to... Oh, hello. Go, my minions. Be free. Now, let's head on over. What do I need that is missing on these sinkholes? Buddy? Sinkhole? Thank you. Alright, A. That. You are missing absolutely nothing. If I had to hazard a guess to say what's the most limiting is probably... apparently it is the iron plates. Well, let's give that a big hell no to that idea that you're limited by iron. And give me all of the things. I need a lot of sinkholes, please. Wow, apparently there's still... Oh. That would also explain why, because we were still making sinkholes to fill in here. To void all of the tailings. Yeah, about that. That's actually a bigger setup than what I need over here for the wastewater treatment, so... This will be fine. Looks like, yeah, I think part of our limit is just the speed of the building? Part of it is the speed of the building? Am I carrying any Mark II? I am not carrying any Mark II. Interesting. Give me a Mark II factory, of which I know I have plenty. Actually, what I want to do is go over to where I am making my Mark II factories and make it so that I make a full 100 at a time. And, yeah, use a stack inserter, please. And... yeah, you can just keep on with that request, that's fine. Because I'm apparently backed up on Circuit 2s, somehow. Like, really? Have I finally caught up on everything? Everything is being produced? That would be ideal, most ideal. Alright, what's this? Is this bot again? You have checked out my Twitch channel. If you're a bot, your next statement will likely be something about animating an intro and all that. Yep. Animating an intro and all of that. Goodbye, bot. Again, like, 4th time that same bot has come in on a different user account into my channel. Stupid thing. It's incredibly stupid, that thing. Anyway, that... Yeah, iron. Interesting that it's iron that it's being limited by. Yeah, make sure I have those. It's not like I don't have iron, right? Iron? Oh yeah, there's also better ways of making olefins out of not Nextlit. Like, there is a way to make olefins out of not Nextlit. Out of actually just straight up aromatics to olefins. That is a lot better. And then you can do the petroleum out of olefins for free, basically. Making aromatics out of mushrooms and Relesia. So, I was saying how it's... Oh. I apparently am limited by iron plates. I apparently am limited on iron plates. But it's not for lack of making 2 full yellow belts on the output of the iron plates. That means I'm losing a lot into steel to get the whole steel line going and all of that. And I'm just using a lot of my 2 lines on the actual bus itself, not getting all the way up to my network. And then there's not enough overflow to feed the casting machines going onto the network, so I just need more iron, apparently. Which is a little bit of a shame because I didn't want to have to do this now. But I'm probably going to have to, or just wait. Well, I'm going to complete what I have now. That will be the plan for the moment. Complete what I have now. And then we'll focus on getting some actual perpetual ground board iron going. Because I guess that should be the next thing. Tired of not having enough. I still want to do the transition over to actually using the drilling fluid. I want to turn off my mod that I am using that gets rid of the need for drilling fluid, turns it all into just lubricant to do ground boring, but I may be forced to use this for a little bit longer than I was originally anticipating. What is 1440 divided by 60, 24. I'm not evenly splitting it. Is there a way? There is. Where is... Am I carrying around any of you? Yes, I am. Good. What does this allow? This allows me to do that. And that. Ta-da! We are now venting / killing off all of the wastewater. No more wastewater will impact us again. Or ever, I should say. There's no again here. It hasn't to begin with. Oh, righty then. That, as they say, is that, and that I think is a relatively elegant way of getting around the throughput issue here. So that is done. That leaves stone wool only. Stone wool only. And I think I'm going to take a break now. And when I come back, we will focus in on stone wool at scale. This will be planning and implementing stone wool at scale. And I will be back shortly. I have returned from my break, and it is now time to start setting up as we autosave at 197 hours. Hey, that means next stream. Next stream we will see next stream the 200-hour mark on this save. That will be absolutely wonderful. Anyway, this is not actually feasible right now. The reason why I am saying that is I think that no matter what, I would be doing... Oh wow, it's involved in DMS as well? Crap. And there's only one DMS. Wow. Okay, so Stonewool, you have the stone, coke, and steam recipe, as well as the coke, gravel, and creosote recipe. My plan, as always, is to do this sustainably, without the need of having to mine stone, for example. That is what we're trying to avoid, is mining the resource. What does that ultimately mean? Well, it means we can ground bore for stone, which... lubricant, coal gas, free, alright, sure, but it's also drill heads, which is a little bit of iron and chromium as well. Iron, steel, chromium for the drill heads. But we also need to consider I need how much stone wool per second? We're looking at 21.6. Okay, well, do I have a high pressure furnace on me? Of course not. Of course I don't. Why would I? have high pressure furnaces on me. So, when thinking about this at scale, we have options of getting gravel or stone out of sand extractors. See, gravel or stone out of sand extractors. But that is a not insignificant amount of iron sticks. It's actually identical amounts of iron between stone and gravel. Wait a minute. If it's identical amounts of iron out of stone and gravel, doesn't that automatically make stone the better recipe? Because gravel can be made out of stone in a jaw crusher. Oh, but you only get 15 out for 20 stone in. Well, why is that the case? Would be my immediate question. Why would you end up with less gravel than stone you put in? Because that means that gravel is the more resource dense material. Huh. I would think it should be either the same or more gravel, but anyway. Just off the top of my head, it's like, well, alright, well that makes the gravel recipe better between these two. Because stone can convert to gravel, but you get less gravel per unit stone. Alright, I've got my HPFs now, so let's have a look at these stone wool recipes and compare. So, 20 what now? 21.6? Alright, doesn't matter which one, it's 58 either way. 58 without modules and at Mark IIs. For reference, without modules, Mark IIs. Pretty sure you can do productivity in here. Do I want to muck about with 16% productivity? I may have to. Wow, that's out of coke. Wow, that's out of coke. That's a bit of creosote as well to gravel. Let's get rid of these to actually see what the real values are. Ooh, that's a lot of steam. That's a lot of creosote. That's a lot of creosote. And that is all of my coke. Independent of the amount of stone or gravel that I need. Independent of the amount of stone and gravel I need. The coke alone is slightly more than the entire output of coke from one of these setups. Just gonna throw that out there as well. So I need another one of these with the voiding line. So another of this, minimum. Regardless, of anything else. That amount of steam also is even more fuel. And the amount of tar there to get the creosote is somewhat obscene. So, what are all of the methods to get stone? Oh, come on. Why? Stone. What are all of the methods of gaining some stone? Well, you can get stone and gravel from coarse fraction. That is a really fast recipe, too. You can bore it. And that looks like it's just a byproduct of a lot of other things. So, what about coarse fraction? Primary method is stone into tar. That is not... Wait. No, I wouldn't want to do that. I was like, is there a perpetual loop there? No, there isn't. Let's see, 20 coarse into 5 and 4. So let's consider that 20 into 9. Four sticks for 10 coarse. Yeah, this is a worse conversion. Alright, and then let's take a look at what gravel can come from. Making rich dust as a byproduct. Stone to gravel. Yep. Pulling out gravel. Oh, that's... that. There is potential there, but... I see a lot of potential here. This would eliminate... Because this exists, this, I think, completely eliminates the need to mine quartz. It is a lot of sand in, but you can get your sand by washing soil. Don't even have to spend iron on this. So you don't have to spend iron on this. You get crushed quartz, which itself is used as ingredients in silicon, as well as further processes into glass. Okay, I like this recipe. But it is a lot of sand. It is a lot of sand. And a lot of, you know, energy and water to feed into this. But it's 20 sand in per second, or 40 per second on a Mark II classifier, to give you 4 or 8 out on gravel. Now, if I do this, I do need to also be concerned about the amount of creosote that I need, because this is not straight up stone that you get out of this. The alternative, of course, being I could ground bore for stone to use less iron overall. 18 ground borers. Using up more drill heads than I'm currently capable of producing, as well as a lot of lube and coal gas. Although I have the coal gas, I have the ability to get the lube. So I'm trying to think, what is sustainable and uses the least amount of space? That's what I'm trying to figure out here to get the stone wool to feed 180 Zipir. Because creosote is only made out of tar, and it's 1 to 0.8, so 0.8 creosote per unit tar. Which means I would need 20% more tar than the creosote requirement here. So 1305 by 1.2, 1566 over 320. That's 5 tar setups to feed that much creosote. Am I okay with that? Oh, hello, kitty. Yeah. I guess I have to be okay with that in an all actuality. So let's do classifier recipe to get gravel out of sand. It would also give crushed quartz. For now, I can void it until I want to set up glass processing on the network. At the scale that I need it, or that I will need it for stone wool, I could end up with a ton of glass out of it. I likely wouldn't need to do any processing of ore for glass at that point. And I'll just void whatever the other thingy is. So I should be making classifiers, Mark IIs. Yep, I am. Won't need that many of them. At all. So let's think about the scale of things. I will need a lot of sand. I don't want to spend any iron, because I'm currently lacking on iron. Just for the moment, I am lacking on the iron. So if I can, I would rather get the gravel from not iron. And this soil will help. Soil into sand. Looks like I do have some amounts of sand that are non-zero out there. Have you brought me my classifiers yet? Nope, you are still flying to me. For reference, chances are I'm not going to finish this whole thing today because I need to, I need even more mushrooms. Like, I need even more mushrooms. I need another setup of this, which is one of these, feeds into this, to get coke, lots of coke. Coke to feed Falgi substrate at the moment. Alright, you've brought me things. Glorious things. And I want to probably take notes on the numbers that I'm going to need here for stone wool. So I think we've determined that I will be not doing stone-based stone wool, but gravel-based stone wool. And I will be doing gravel by processing my sand into gravel. Oh, hey, even more. Oh, right. Ahem. I should convert this into unslimed iron and process that into iron plates. I have effectively infinite amounts of iron oxide. I don't... Like, I could do that and put that into plates to help with the amounts of iron that would be needed for the amounts of, like, the sheer amounts of gravel, or stone, I should say, that would be needed for this. Because if I go this route, I would do the other recipe, which is just adding steam. So if I were to do this to get, it was the same amount per second, right? 217. 88 per second on iron sticks before productivity BS, so that's 44 iron plates per second. This is, like, why I'm trying to avoid the iron here for the stone and such. For the stone or for the gravel, it would be the same either way. Yeah, it's like 44 plates per second on iron. I don't have that. I definitely do not have that. So, you getting 250. How feasible is this? Oh, not 250, sorry, 217 and a half. Yeah, I think I'd have enough quartz to last me some time. And iron oxide. Like, I think I might be able to have enough quartz for glass to last forever. Like, forever. Thing is, 1120. Oh, the sheer craziness this will be if I actually set this up. This is nuts. Like, this is genuinely nuts. 1120, huh? Okay, let's write this down. Let's write this down. So we've got 28 Mark II classifiers, 1120 sand per second in, 56 per second oxide out, 224 per second gravel out, and 112 crushed quartz out. Let's see, so that's 200. We're left with 120. 224 Mark II washers for 1120 sand per second. I can't believe I'm actually going to do this. What was that? 87,200 on the... No, 67,000, excuse me. Let's get that right. 67,200 on the water in. Oh, yeah, let's see. So that's 10... 12, 10, so 11,200 tailings out. What a hell of a way to get tailings, huh? So I'll have all the Nextlit on the planet. Alright, 360 plus 3k, so 3360 sand, or soil per second in. Oh, Pyanodon, if you ever watch this, I am sorry that I am about to completely break your game by... or probably gonna break my own map. That's more likely what's going to happen. Break my own UPS by doing this with all of these machines. Probably gonna use speed modules for reference here. Probably gonna make use of the extra modules from Tiersif's overhaul of the Pyanodon modules on buildings to help just reduce the sheer number of buildings. Thing is, I could, if I really wanted to, in some steps here, reduce things by 16% by using productivity here. I could do that if I wanted to, but let's... I mean, 16%, that's a lot of buildings. Would it be worth even just 16%? I need 20... We're looking for 21 point... I think it was 21.6, right? So I have to still do... Alright, so if it's 125, that's 187.5. I'll take it. Sure. Sure. Let's make this note. So this would be 125 HPF Mark II with 4x productivity module 1s. Needs 56.25 coke in, 1125 creosote in, and 187.5 gravel in. Now, what is tempting to me about this, why I like this one, is that we are below that magical 1200 units per second value on the creosote, which is like sort of that barrier line between needing pumps and not needing pumps for the most part. Also below 60 on the coke, which is very important with my current setup being around that much on a single grid square worth of conversion of coal into coke. So that helps. So at that value, we're now looking at 24 of these classifiers by the... Okay, good. Good to know. 24 classifiers, 960 sand in. 48, 192 out, and 96 crushed quartz. Okay. This would mean for 960 sand in, we're looking at 192 Mark II washers for 960 out, needing 57,600 water in. We've got 9,600 tailings out, and we've got 2,880 soil in. Now let's bring in my soil extractor Mark IIs, wherever they exist, right here. Bring me my soil extractors. I will need a lot of them. Also, take some of this stuff away, please. I don't need it on me. At the moment, anyway. Oh, this is going to be so very, very insane. I hope everyone is ready to see this base grow, because it's about to grow a lot by doing this. You bring me the soil yet? Soil extractors. I'm going to need a lot. A lot of soil extractors. Now, soil extractors are able to make a lot of soil each. However, even with speed modules, I'm still going to be limited by the throughput of the pipes in the input box on the soil extractor, the input fluid box. So I can tune it to do 1200 units per second. I'll consume 1200 units per second of water. Gosh dang it, robots, hurry it up. Bring me the things. And from there, I have to then consider, okay, now I need 2880. Now I need 2880 per second on the soil. Alright, was that one? Yes, that was one. Good, bring me more. Make more. That's the other thing, is I don't actually have this many buildings made. So this is going to take a while for the buildings to even get built for this. Okay. You. Oh! Even with full speed, it's still not using... Huh. I thought for sure I could get it fast enough to use 1200 units per second. I guess by Mark IV, it would definitely run into that issue. You don't happen to... Alright, well that makes 0 sense to do. Alright, well, with full speed modules, let's have a gander at the 2,880. $182 with times 6 on the speed modules, by the way. 182 soil extractor Mark II with 6x speed modules each. We're looking at 120,120 water in for 2,882 and 0.88 soil out. And then for reference, 1125 creosote. Let's pull in next the tar processing units. That is the next thing, is tar processing units. As I pet the kitty next to me. Have I mentioned how big things get when trying to do this much collagen? Just for reference, all of this is just for feeding, you know, 1 grid square of collagen with productivity. Oh right, not all of this actually has its productivity modules in it yet. That would be handy. You know, just casually 49 agitators making with productivity modules to get collagen. All of this has been to feed this. Why do I want to get this much? Just because I have it in me to this desire to ground bore everything. Ground bore everything, which means, and to do it without my little mod that I have currently that converts the drilling fluid requirements into lubricant. It's it's huge. It's already a lot to do it with lubricant to get the ground boring done out of just lubricant and coal gas or whatever other gas is needed for the mining. But when Pyanodon decided to introduce drilling fluid into the mix rather than lubricant for many of the recipes, it really complicated things because of the amount of collagen that you need to feed the amount of drilling fluid you need to do the ground boring. So, yeah, that became a little bit of an issue. Thus, why I'm trying to get so much collagen. I mean, what's 18 over 3? That's 6. And there's actually a lot more than 6. Like, I hope it's enough to fuel at least 1 yellow belt of all of the ore types. Even out of this much collagen that's being produced, I hope and pray that it's enough. But it might not be enough, and I might have to do everything that I'm doing now times 2. That is a tempting recipe for crude, but it is not how I want to get crude. So, let's see. It was... how much? It was... 1125. Do you take these? No, you do not. That's sad. So 1173, 1466 tar. Well, actually, what I could do is, well, I just wanted to do this to note that it's 22 tar processing unit Mark II. But when it comes to the actual output, it's 1125 times 1.2 or 1350 tar in, which divide by 320-ish, that's just over 4, so 5 tar from 5x of my tar blocks, which is 5x Phalgi blocks. So 5 tar, 5 Phalgi, which are 2x2s. The tar blocks are 1 single grid segments. So I need 5 there. I need 1 Phalgi for the coke. So 6x Phalgi. Here's what I need. I need 6 Phalgi blocks, 5 tar blocks. I think I can fit 22. 1 tar processing. Creosote block. And I'll need to design blocks for soil, sand, and a block for classifiers. And a voiding zone for the tailings, iron oxide, and crushed quartz. Also need tons and tons of speed modules. Okay. I have a plan. My plan is in place. Let's not use that. So. Can I just... No, because... Oh. By having the thing in the middle, you know what? I absolutely can do this without worry. Yeah, I can do this without worry. Oh, thank goodness. I don't need to worry at all. I need one more, buddies. Like, dudes, I need one more. Should I do it over on this side? I guess? Nah, I'll probably be using up all of this space in here anyway. I'll go over one more up here as well. And that will be that. So, my point with the Roboport in the middle is that normally the Roboports are built in such a way that there's issues with reach and power. It's like one tile too far to put the big electric pole to power the next Roboport in the line, so they end up not ever being able to complete these, which is so absurd and annoying, to the point where I am considering replacing one of the recharge stations with a Roboport in my blueprint. I think I may actually do that. You know what? Let's actually do that. let's go out here, place... This affects the 1x1 as well, so let's do this first with the 1x1. And I will do it here and here. That leaves a 1-tile space between them. Yeah, leave no space because these have the same footprint. So now that fixes that, but do I have the same... Would I run into that issue? Anymore? Because you see in this top corner how the zone for construction, that green box, does not extend to the next big power pole on the far left. That's the problem with the current setup. It doesn't cover this specific power pole, so unless I place that power pole, they can place the RoboPort there, but it won't be powered, and I will never be able to continue down the line. So I needed to have... or I need to have something that can reach the far end. Now, doing this here solves the one on the bottom. Having this here solves the one on the bottom, but it does not solve the one... here, or here, or here, which means I need to do this again here and here. And you know what? Yeah, I think I should have actually designed this to have the RoboPorts in these spots to begin with, rather than all the way up in a corner. Rather than in a corner, it should have been in the center points. Yeah, it should have... Oh, but you know what? If they were only in the center points, then I would have run into the same issue while tiling. Either way, I would have run into this issue. By having them in the corners, it runs into the issue on the current one, but if I only had them in the middle here and not in the corners, it wouldn't be able to build the far edge still on the next one. I think. Maybe? No. No, it wouldn't have an issue. Huh. Well, I can always test it by doing that. 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 Do I want to add the secondary roboport? I don't think so. The heck? What the heck is all of this? Go away. I said go away. Hello, robots. Come on. So if I were to do this as my 1x1, how does that look while tiling? See, this may not be able to reach the far side, but it does reach this one, which reaches that, which allows this to have its space. So yeah, this can tile fine. And they'll be able to build this fine. So this will be my new 1x1 on the grid. Now the 2x2 will also need to be changed. So I need to modify my 2x2. And it's basically just swapping out the various things. Let's start with the roboports. I'm also taking the opportunity to reduce the amount of roboports overall here. Oh, I guess I should have paid attention as well to what side things are on. It looks like it's always on the right, which means I did this wrong here. Yeah. That's what it means. It means I did that wrong. Because I need to be able to take my 1x1 and overlay it. Basically. Yeah, and you were on the top. Alright, break that. Put that in. No, where's my 1x1? Alright, so I see that that was up by one tile. Yeah, that is that. Wait Wait a second. Oh. Interesting. Just making mental notes on how the, thingies should look. That's that. And that is that. Alright, now grab this whole thing. And that is my new 2x2. Yep, that's the new 2x2. So this can go away. And this can go away. And these are now fixed so that they can be infinitely tiled. Quite easily, in fact. So what was I doing? Before all that nonsense? Oh yeah, trying to avoid having to do... How many was it per second of things? Thousands? Thousands and thousands per second of soil and all that good stuff? Yeah. Also, if I look up here at these, you can see, hey, we haven't built anything else because that's just how the roboports are. That's just how the roboports are because they couldn't reach the power poles. So I have to manually run myself up here now to fix it. To manually place the big poles. I will go ahead and do that. In our last 12 minutes of the stream. Oh boy. Oh joy, oh bliss. Our wonderful, glorious days of going out and building wonderful things. In fact, you know what? I'm just gonna do that. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be happy. That'll allow them to go up. They can do it themselves. They can do it themselves. Build for me. That's the whole point, right? Of having robots. It's like, you're supposed to build for me, guys. It's my job to design it. Your job to actually build it, right? I just hope I have enough roboports. Like, oh, that would be bad. That would be terrible. Now, it would still not reach, alright. Still not reach. I need to hit that. There we go. Now it should be better. Now it should be significantly better. Wait, you have power? Oh hey, I think I managed to place a thing with my nanobots. Anyway, oh, you are a pipe of nothing. I guess I managed to copy-paste pipe as well. Alright, well, let's not do that. These 2x2 squares can technically fit a lot more mushrooms in them. I just have what I have in them now for convenience more than anything else. Just for convenience. So, in our last 10 minutes, let's begin designing. Let's begin designing. I still need to do the, like, what, 5 of these setups, tiles. I've got 2 there. I guess since I've already broken my rule that this would be empty, I may as well use it. But I'm also gonna want to do 2x2s. Like, I'm gonna need to finish this 2x2. Grab my thingy. Oh, crap. I missed the... Guys, I missed the bottom power poles on my blueprint. Yeah, that's better. Here, take that and kill that. Now we're cooking with gas. That would be a problem. It can still work, I mean, because of what's next door, but anyway. Let's help out a little bit, get this guy sorted. Remove the clutter. Place all the things. Yep. They are now building. All the way out. Good. So, do I want to really design anything specifically for in here? And what would it be? I think in this 2x2, I might just use it for this again. Auto saving 198 hours. I know this exists in a 1x1, but just with the amount of space that it's ending up using, I'm just going to arbitrarily place it in here. Just completely arbitrarily. Break that. Probably will want that Roboport at least to help build out the middle here. And then I need another one of these. Yes, another one of these setups. Um... Yeah, let's do this way. Sure. Just make sure it is contained in this 2x2, and I'll deal with the wasted space of this tile. There we go. Oh, okay. That was only in, 1. There we go. Cool. And that will be all of the additional coke that I will need right off the bat. Time for another set of 2x2s. Let's start with the one right above. Right here. I guess I'll also place the next one next to it on either side. Ah, yes, and it figures that there's still a single square in the middle that is not covered on this 2x2. Cool beans. Alright, let's get our... Where'd my thingy go? This thingy. And... let's just do, like, this. Just go all the way across. Give my dudes something to do. So, step 1 is getting... how many soil extractors was it, again? In one of these blocks? 182. Alright, that's probably more than one of these blocks. Where are my soil extractors? Because remember, it's soil plus it's water. Now, I do have soil here. I'm probably going to want to try and figure out something a little bit more compact than this. But for now, I will manage just fine. I don't know how much output these have at all. It is pure, unadulterated guesstimation at this point in time. So let's see, how many is that? 96? 96 times 2 is 192. That would be enough. That would be enough on the physical number of machines. of course, I would need full speed modules in all of them. But I think we've got something tileable here. For the exception that I will need a RoboPort, I think in the middle, in the dead, very dead center-ish. Well, actually somewhere around here, but anyway, that would be that. Good. Grab that, stick one next door. Stick one right next door. And there we go, there's the soil. There's the soil! Oh, joy. Hello, kitty. So, we have reached the end of the stream for today. Wish me luck on this, stone wool situation. I'm probably going to need it, going forward, cause holy crap. Yeah. 2,880 soil. Yeah. Yeah. So what got done today, overall? Well, I got done with my saline water logistics. That's a primary thing. So saline water logistics for the Zipir are finished, as well as getting the wastewater out. Needs power, though. Redesigned my 1x1s and my 2x2s a little bit on the grid squares. What else? Had a big major look at what it's going to take on the stone wool side of things to feed the Zipir. Why they need stone wool is like, well, I guess they're reefs, right? So you need something stony for the reefs, I guess, but anyway, lots of stone wool is required, which would either mean lots of iron, which I'm not prepared for, or lots and lots and lots of mushrooms, along with lots and lots and lots of wonderful, beautiful soil. Lots of soil. Like, not even joking on the amounts of soil required. And the method that I have chosen with which to get gravel for stone wool is one that will also get me a lot of crushed quartz that I will have way more than enough of for all of the glass on the planet. So I will, by doing this, think of it this way, I can completely avoid having to ground bore quartz. That's one way to look at it. It's like, well, I won't need to ground bore quartz anymore, and I also won't need to worry as much about iron, because I can probably safely say that I can convert iron oxide into iron plates now. I think there's a route of iron oxide that goes into unslimed iron. Yeah. There is. There's an iron slime recipe in mixers that you can go into unslimed iron and process down the entire chain. You can process down the entire iron chain at that point if you really wanted to. I mean, yeah, it's needed for ferrite, but I've got plenty. I've got like way, way, way more than enough iron oxide for all of my current purposes. So I can just convert it into iron. Oddly enough, I didn't talk about this in my iron tutorial that is going live later today at 5 o'clock US Eastern Time, because I was concerned only with the iron ore processing chain. I talked a little tiny bit mentioning, hey, you can get oxide into plates, but generally speaking, you'll want to do the opposite and get plates into oxide. Well, as it turns out, the process that I'm doing now is going to give me like infinite amounts of iron oxide at like how much again? 48 per second oxide out in the end. So that, or no, it's not 48. I take that back. It is 24 oxide out because it's a 50% chance. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of iron oxide. So I may as well make it into slime or something, and get more iron, because I need more iron. I need a lot more iron. And this will give me the gravel that I need for the stuff. And then I have to concern myself with getting the creosote. So next time, we'll be planning out the logistics and all that of 192 washers, Mark II washers. Yeah, the sheer number of Mark II machines is going to be an issue here as well. 192 Mark II washers to convert all of this sand, all of this soil into sand. My robots are going to have a lot of work to do going forward. Lots of soil to sand, and then lots of sand to be classified into gravel and oxide and crushed quartz. And then lots of quartz and oxide to have to deal with. And then lots and lots of gravel that needs to get moved and turned into actual stone wool. And then lots of creosote to make to feed that as well. And I've already got the coke for it too, so that's good. Or at least I've got it all blueprinted out and have all the ghosts down for my robot buddies to build things. Overall, I just need to do a little bit more design work, and then I will have all of the stone wool that I will need to do this much Zipir rendering. Please, God, Pyanodon. Please, I'm begging you. Please rebalance collagen. Please rebalance collagen. This is all for collagen. Like, please give us something a little bit better on Zipir processing. Because this is straight up obscene to feed 180 Zipir artificial reefs to get enough skin, to get enough collagen to feed the amount of collagen that I need for various uses of collagen. It's a little bit obscene that this is what it takes to feed just the 49 collagen plants with productivity modules. But anyway, with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku's Showboat. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow and turn on notifications to be reminded when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Later today is the first of the tutorial series where I will cover the iron processing line as Kitty decides right now that he wants to enter the lap. So yes, I know he's hungry and is trying to tell me so. So we will end things off here. Also, don't forget the question of the day, which is more important to you, the quality of the audio commentary or the quality of the video overall. So, video quality, technical question today. Video quality or audio quality? Which is more important to you? Which, if it is insufficient to any major degree, will immediately cause you to click away from the video? That is the question of the day. Feel free to answer it in the comments below, and I hope to see you all on Thursday's stream. Tomorrow, of course, I am recording the copper tutorial, so you have that one to look forward to next. Hope to see you all on the next one.